Hello learners, I'm Dr. Jasmeet Kaur, Assistant Professor in the Department of Elementary Education, Mata Sundari College, University of Delhi. Today we are going to talk about the topic various types of learners. Yes, the changing perception about learners. The learners whom you are going to handle in the classrooms. Do you remember when you were in school and you had to cram so many pages or poems or dohas? Yes, you remember those days when you had to do all this before your test. If you were like most students, you and your friends probably developed all kinds of tactics to pass the exams. Maybe you made flashcards or reviewed your notes, or you came up with a mnemonic strategy to memorize the material. You may have argued with your classmates about which method was best, but the truth is that when it comes to learning, one size does not fit all. The focus on learning styles and their role in the classroom came from Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence. Scientists and psychologists have developed a number of different models to understand the different ways that people learn best. One popular theory is the VARK modalities developed by Fleming and Mills in 1992. It identifies 4 primary types of learners. It is focused on the idea that students retain and process information differently and have preferred learning modes that allow them to learn their best. By allowing students to access information in terms they are comfortable with, it will increase their academic confidence. It is important for a teacher to understand that everyone uses a combination of learning style. But sometimes, children have a clear preference for a particular learning style. Now let's look at the 4 types of learners. The visual learners, the auditory learners, the reading, writing learners, or the kinesthetic learners. And now we will discuss each type of learner in detail. First, the visual learners. As it is very clear from the name itself, they are also referred as spatial learners. Students who learn through sight, understanding information better. Information which is presented in a visual way by seeing and observing things, including pictures, diagrams, written directions. There are some general facts about visual learners. The visual learner remembers 75% of what they see or read. Demonstrations from the blackboard, diagrams, graphs, and charts are all valuable tools for the visual learners. Generally, analytic visual learners will process the printed word before the iconic, which is the pictorial information. Global visual learners will process iconic, that is pictorial information, before reading the printed text. Learning strengths of visual learners is very important for a teacher. She should know what are those learning strengths which the visual learner possesses. The visual learner will always prefer to see words written down. They will make lists or take notes in the classes. When something is being described, the visual learner also prefers to have a picture to view. They prefer a timeline or some other similar diagram to remember historical events, and this is very helpful for them in studying history. They prefer written instructions rather than verbal instructions. So, a teacher has to put the rules in the classroom. She has to write down instructions for them so that the visual learners remember them in the class. They observe all the physical elements in the classroom. You can easily make out about the visual learners because they organize the learning materials very well. They enjoy decorating their learning areas, and they prefer photographs and illustrations with printed content. They remember and understand through the use of diagrams, charts, and maps. They will always appreciate presentations using transparencies or handouts. They study material by reading notes and organizing it in outline form, and they always enjoy visual art activities. If you see some of these characteristics in your students, it means they are the visual learners. Let's look at the second category, the auditory learners. The auditory learners are all ears. They learn best when information is heard or spoken. They benefit from lectures, group discussions, and other strategies that involve talking things. They tend to prefer listening to information rather than reading it or seeing it visually displayed. Auditory learners may speak and read slowly. They tend to be linear thinkers and may repeat things they hear out loud. Let's look at the facts about auditory learners, which are universal. The auditory learner must hear things for them to have the best chance of learning. So, if you have auditory learners in your class, you have to make provisions that they can hear you very clearly. Only 30% of the general school-age population is auditory. And the auditory learner will remember 75% of what they hear in a classroom or a lecture. Using the auditory modality is the most difficult way to learn new material. Let's look at the learning strengths of auditory learners. Remember what they say and what others say very well. The auditory learner remembers best through verbal repetition and by saying things aloud. They prefer to discuss ideas they do not immediately understand, and they remember verbal instructions very well. They enjoy the opportunities to present dramatically, including the use of music. They find it difficult to work quietly for long periods of time, and they easily get distracted by noise, but also easily distracted by silence. So, in case there is some music in the background, they learn probably better. Verbally expresses interest and enthusiasm. They enjoy classes and group discussions. Now, coming to the third category of learners, that is kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learner or tactile learners learn through experiencing or doing things. They like to do things by acting or using the hands to touch and to handle in order to understand the concepts. These are the students who might struggle to sit still, might be good at sports or like to dance, need to take breaks when studying, and might not have great handwriting. Kinesthetic learners are the most hands-on learning type. They do best when they can participate in activities or solve problems in a hands-on manner. The general facts about tactile kinesthetic learners. The tactile kinesthetic learner must do things for them to have the best chance of learning. The tactile kinesthetic learner remembers best the things they experience. Kinesthetic learning involves use of the whole body rather than just hands-on. Getting information from written material or by listening is not as easy as the aforementioned methods. Looking at the learning strengths of kinesthetic learners. This is very important for the teacher. If she knows the learning strengths of kinesthetic learners, then she can plan her class very well. They remember what they do very well. They remember best through getting physically involved or whatever is being learned. Kinesthetic learner enjoys acting out a situation relevant to the study topic. They enjoy making and creating. They enjoy the opportunities to build and physically handle learning materials. They will take notes to keep them busy, but will never use them. They enjoy using computers. Physically, they express interest and enthusiasm by getting active and excited. He has trouble staying still, but in one place for a long time. So, they need to move after a while. They enjoy hands-on activity. Sometimes, they tend to fiddle with small objects while listening or working. They also want to eat some snacks while studying. So, these are some of the strengths of the kinesthetic learners. Now, coming to the fourth category of learners, that is reading and writing learners. These learners prefer to learn through written words. While there is some overlap with visual learning, but these type of learners are drawn to expression through writing, reading articles on the internet, writing in diaries, looking up words in the dictionary, and searching the internet for just about everything. What are the learning strengths of reading and writing learners? Yes, it is very vital for a teacher to know their strengths. They're extremely comfortable with the written word. They use information by reading text and can further absorb information by condensing and rephrasing it. The traditional textbook and annotation, which is explanation process, works very well for these types of learners. They prefer information to be presented using words. They love to read and perform well on written assignments such as stories or book reports. What are the teaching strategies a teacher should keep in mind? Let's look at the teaching strategies for visual learners. The teacher has to provide a lot of interesting visual material in a variety of formats. Make sure visual presentations are well organized. A flowchart might be used to explain a scientific process or a chapter in history. During lessons, ensure auditory learners are in a position to hear as well, because we have all types of learners in the classroom. Make handouts and all other written material as visually appealing as possible and easily read. Make use of a variety of technologies like computers, OHP, video camera, live video feeds, CCTV, photography, internet, etc. There are some activities which are very helpful for a teacher. These activities are particularly activities for visual learners. What are these activities? Let's have a look at those activities. The teacher can have more of diagrams, written reports, games, flashcards, writing, crossword, word find puzzles, newspapers, letters, illustrations, graphs, displays, photographs, recipes, collages, and TV shows work really well with visual learners. Now, we will look at the teaching strategies for auditory learners. These students are sometimes hard to keep quiet for a very long period of time. Get your auditory learners involved in lecture by asking them to repeat back new concepts to you. Ask questions and let them answer. We can rephrase points, questions, vary speed, volume, pitch, and have appropriate, interesting oral textures. Write down key points or keywords to help to avoid confusion due to pronunciation. During lessons, ensure auditory learners are in a position to hear well. Incorporate multimedia applications utilizing sounds, music, or speech. Use recorders, computers, sound cards, recording applications, and musical instruments, etc. Now, there are some activities which the teacher can incorporate while planning any topic or any subject for the auditory learners. These activities are oral report or presentation, musical performance, teach the class or a group, a puppet show, panel discussion, TV radio show, debates, verbal games, show and tell, current events, songs, peer tutoring, raps, oral presentations, poems, demonstrations, and oral recitations. These are some things which work very well with auditory learners. Depending on the topic, you can choose any of the activities. For example, if there are children in your class who are slow learners, what you can do is you can have peer tutoring. You can have 2 children or 1 child teaching this child, and he or she is responsible for the child to be at par with the rest. Now, let's look at the teaching strategies for the third type of learners, that is kinesthetic learners. What are those teaching strategies which the teacher can apply in her class for kinesthetic learners? This is probably the easiest learning style to cater to, and since most of the educational system provides a lot of opportunities for writing essays, doing research online, and reading books, it allows plenty of time for these students to absorb information through the written word and give them opportunities to get their words out on paper as well. Once these students can physically sense what they are studying, abstract ideas, difficult concepts will be easier for them to understand. Now, what are those activities which the teacher can apply while choosing a topic, a subject, or making a lesson plan? The activities for kinesthetic learners include modeling, making scrapbooks, coloring books, artistic creations, doing needlework, especially when you're doing things like cross stitch where math is involved, posters, making task cards, electroboards, usage of blackboard or whiteboard activities, sandpaper, felt letters, games, calculators, then giving them puzzles, collections, workbooks, letting them make sculptures, collages, sometimes also telling them to make mobiles, models which there is some activity or some movement, and things which they can display in the classroom or in the school. And what are those activities for kinesthetic learners? There are some more of them, like we can also give them surveys, demonstrations. They can also dance and show one particular topic. They can show the products. They can do a lot of body games. They can rocking and reading also works very well with these types of learners. They can make a video show. We can send them for field trips. They can dress as characters and then talk about them. Role play, doing interviews, conducting interviews. Then also we can tell them to make a short plays and talk about any particular topic. They work very well on projects. Sometimes some children enjoy reading while walking. So walking and reading works very well with them. Puppet shows is another thing which the teachers can encourage. Musical performances, science labs, cut and paste tasks. These are some of the activities. Depending on the topic which you have to teach in the classroom, you can incorporate these activities. Now, coming to the fourth category, that is reading and writing learners. What teaching strategies as teachers we need to keep in mind for these types of learners? A great way to help these students learn is by having them describe diagrams or charts using written statements or live lectures and demonstrations or on-demand videos. Then they can study their notes later to better retain the information. As a teacher, you know that these types of learners learn best through reading, and they may benefit from online classes with study guides and textbook. You can make them learn through written words, make them draw to expression through writing and reading. Articles on the internet, writing in the diaries, looking up words in the dictionary and searching the internet for just about everything. It really works with these types of learners. What are those activities which the teacher can plan for them? Give them lot of written activities. Give them written assignments such as stories, book reports, etc. To conclude, let's have a recap of what we have learned today. We spoke about the various types of learners, the WARC module. We spoke about the learning strategies, the facts about these learners, and also the activities which the teacher can implement while planning and making lessons and also giving the students these activities. They will definitely make your classroom teaching learning experience a wonderful experience not only for you but also for the students. So happy teaching!